This is the Variety Sports Network, created for the fans, by the fans. Now to your host of tonight's show.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it might be the off season, but we don't ever take a whole season off. Welcome to the seventh inning stretch.
Josh Edwards, it's been a few weeks. We felt like it'd be a good time to get a little free agency talk going, a little preview of that, a little manager talk here. We'll give one last sayonara to my Oakland A's. Call it that. So we'll get into a lot here today on seventh inning stretch. We might have the original OG here, Mr. Stone, join us here in a little bit. If he doesn't, we'll keep the show going. I know we're competing against Monday Night Football, but soon. I just tweeted it. Eagles fans, you'll be going into halftime. We'll talk Aaron Nola. Here we go. We got a lot to get into. We don't have to just talk other things like that. So, Josh Edwards, we finish it up on the World Series there. Astros, Rangers. Got a lot. That was a fun kind of did that live stream there. Rangers world champs since last time we spoke. We have a lot of free agency stuff to go over today, a little bit as well. Get into a few manager hires, like I said. Touch on a little bit of the awards too. How you doing?
Dude, I have enjoyed our little break. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of things to get going on, like deer season's in full swing in Missouri.
No
So
doubt.
I've been enjoying my weekends. But no, I'm doing good. I do miss talking ball. We're getting some stuff we can actually talk about already, which we usually don't get good nuggets till later in the off season. So I'm ready to go, baby.
And the thing is, like this offseason, there's like a lot. I want to kind of get into the Hall of Fame stuff a little bit if we kind of get going on that a little bit too. That's always kind of a fun debate, just kind of looking at the list. They put that out today in the MLB. What's the first thing like that kind of caught your attention this offseason? Like, what was it? Just anything you heard. What was the first thing that caught your attention?
The first thing,
Like anything to this point, what's caught your attention the most?
dude. Okay, so the one thing that's made me mad, which is probably where I'm focused most, is they are proposing to shorten the pitch clock further when runners are on base down to 18 seconds because for some odd reason in a small number of games ended up being like 8 minutes longer than the average game time. And it was because pitchers were taking the full 20 seconds or the full pitch clock with runners on. Something along those lines. So they want to get that time back and they want to shorten the pitch clock to take 2 more seconds off the pitch clock.
The first thing that caught my attention on that too, because I want to get into the rule change a little bit of the rule changes a little bit too, is like because there was a couple comments made about Scherzer today about how he felt like the clock may cause more injuries, which I thought was kind of an interesting debate. I didn't necessarily agree with that whatsoever. But for me, it's the free agency right away. Like we said, like Nola comes off the list today. He signs with the Phillies. He goes right to there. Before we kind of deep dive into that, I mean, let's just start there. I mean, this is a baseball podcast. Nola re-signs with the Phillies. He seems like a perfect fit for that town. The team is starting to stay consistent year in, year out, making those playoff runs. Seems like a place you'd want to stay anyways.
For sure. I mean, he's been there how long? They've been to the World Series and they've been in the playoffs 2 consecutive seasons. He has a good, I guess, rotation partner.
Yeah.
With Zach Wheeler, he's got somebody else who's strong there, so he doesn't have to bear the brunt of everything at all times. If he went somewhere to like St. Louis or Chicago or any assortment of other teams that need good starting pitching.
He's been there 9 years too, Josh.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know it's either his entire career or the majority of his carear.
He's only made the All-Star team one time though, which is kind of interesting. He's only a one-time All-Star, but he does eat up consistent innings. What I mean? So he does that. He's not hurt very often either.
Nope, sure isn't. He's avoided injury. He's always pitched a good amount of innings. He's always been a consistent pitcher.
Been the Cy Young top 5. He's been the Cy Young top 5 twice. Got top 7 2020. So he's out of those like half his years, he's been in the Cy Young top 10.
Yeah, I mean he's a very, very good pitcher. And the other thing with him is he may just now be fine. He may now be entering his prime. He wouldn't be the first pitcher to ever everything fall to place, in their 30s instead of in their mid to late 20s.
So if you were the Phillies, would you go after a guy like Woodruff, who next year will be out basically the whole year? he's kind of an interesting situation because of that arbitration thing. The Brewers let him go. The Brewers said they could still sign him, but basically you're paying him this year to rehab, and then you're trying to maybe work out a good deal where you get the better end of next year. I don't know. Like he's an interesting one. It seems like the Phillies would be in. Any of the big dogs should be in on Woodruff, where it's like basically giving away 1 year to reap the benefits of the second year.
So I think basically every team in the MLB.
So your Cardinals are out.
They're out of it for sure. They're probably not going to touch it, which it's something you would think they would go to, because for some odd reason they like rehab assignments and retreads.
Yeah.
Not calling Woodruff a retread. I'm saying he's got rehab. No. But no, I mean, I think anybody. I don't care who I am. I'm taking a risk on this guy. I am taking the risk on this guy, especially if the money's right.
So let's say would you give him 2 years, $30 million?
Oh, I'd give him more than that.
But knowing that you're not getting anything from him this year, as we get Logan here, we're talking Brian Woodruff contract. I said the Cardinals are automatically out Logan, but what did you say? 2 years, $30 million for him? You go higher? You go 240?
No, I would go more like 3 years. Yeah, I'd probably go 3 years. Man, I don't know. I'd have to structure it the right way, I guess, is my whole thing.
He won't accept something low-balled either, because he knows if he has a good year, he's going to get paid. So to me, that's always kind of the weird thing with him.
I'd probably go 3 years at $20 million a year with a fourth-year team option.
He might accept that. He might go all that. That he might be accepting there. Logan Stone joining us here since the Seinfeld cast. They were at the Rangers, calling him Chance. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing?
Good. Sorry I'm late. I had to battle a mudslide, so.
Well, the facilities were in use. That's all we had to say there. You're putting out the Coliseum. We got you. Put them to bed. So we were talking Woodruff there a little bit there as you kind of enter. I was getting into Nola. The Phillies re-signed him as well. I thought that was a big signing for the Phillies to be able to get him. They possibly now, Logan, are talking about getting this Japanese pitcher as well. I mean, what are they just going to get everybody on earth every offseason now?
They're probably not going to get Yamamoto, but I see them getting Snell.
Well, who cares? That's still a beast there. They're in on both of them, is my point.
Yeah.
And they re-signed Nola. I mean, and they every year now they're consistent. Are they like now? Is it feeling like them and the Dodgers are just the big boys now, and the Braves just do it kind of the old style as we'll get into their trade in a second here. I feel like the Phillies and Braves now are just like, nope, let us cook.
I don't know if they're necessarily on the Dodgers level yet. I just to me they seem like they just have a need, and they're not afraid to spend money. I kind of think it's stupid that they spent that kind of money on Nola, but whatever. It's whatever. Who cares anymore?
But he never gets hurt. Me and Josh just said that. He never gets hurt. He's consistently there. Maybe he's just not an ace, but I don't think that contract's that bad. I got to be honest with you. I don't think it's that bad.
It was 7 for 177, wasn't it?
I don't know. 170.
You think he's done at that point? I just feel like I'm with Josh. I think he might be entering. I think maybe the last 3 years we can debate that, but I still think for the next 4 of his prime, he's still going to be right there. I mean, he's still like the one thing I've always hated about him is he walks a lot of guys and has big innings. But like in terms of his stuff, he always has good stuff to me.
I mean, he strikes out people, but I mean, it just seems like I talked to Ryan Swift, our boy, and he was like he gives up so many home runs though.
He does.
Yeah, but if he's in the right ballpark, like if he would have gone to somewhere like St. Louis,
he's not going to the right ballpark.
But if he would have, that home run number would probably come down a bit. I mean, Philly isn't like the hardest ballpark for hitters to hit home runs in.
So this is my thing with Aaron Nola, because I was looking at his stats the other day. So in 2020,
I got him up right now. Let's go to work. What do you got?
2023 had a 4.46 ERA with a 96 ERA plus, 4.03 FIP. Okay, not great. Definitely not ace material. 2022, I believe that was his. Yeah, he was 4th in Cy Young. He had a 3.25 ERA, a 2.58 FIP, and a 1.23 ERA plus. That's great. 2021, he had a 4.63 ERA, 3.37 FIP, and a 90 ERA plus. 2020, that's kind of a wash year and always been my opinion. 3.87 in 2019, 4.03 FIP, and 1.15. Okay, so that's good, but I mean,
I just feel like other than that 2019 year, Logan, this guy, I know his like all-star numbers don't back it up and stuff like that, but like he eats innings. He's gonna get through the games. Like I agree with you. He's not. If he's your number one, you might be in deep crap. I agree.
Yeah.
With that.
Which he's not.
We got a fan here.
Oh my gosh, Mama Edwards.
Mama Edwards is there.
Dude,
Mama
I'm
Edwards,
not gonna lie to you.
I will never be able to replace the legend that is.
Well, Daren,
that is unacceptable right there.
She asks about Logan all the time. One, and Daren, it doesn't matter how good you are. She loves Logan for some reason. I don't understand it.
I love Logan. I get it too. I get it.
But yeah, I was like, Mom, Darren's probably more your style, and she's like, I just miss how you and Logan were. You guys were great. I'm like, thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. I'm my biggest fan.
Yeah, she loves me more. It's okay.
I know it's all right. She likes your hair better than mine. She loves curly hair.
Mrs. Edwards is glad to have you on this show here. Please, if you please say a couple mean things about him too, just to keep the show a little in. No, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. The Logan back to the Nola. Like I said, I hear you, but I feel like that. I feel overall, for one, the way pitchers get paid, I think is not the worst. Now, obviously, he gets hurt this year when all that changes. But my point is, he's been able to this point be pretty dominant for as long as he has been.
For the Phillies, fine. It's fine. You have Wheeler as your ace, and Nola, fine. He's a 2, maybe a 3 guy. If any other team had signed him for $30 million a year, I would have been like, oh my gosh. So I was honestly, so Ryan, he was texting me because he heard that the Cardinals were the top suitors for Nola for a little bit or something. There were reports or something, or the favorites. And he was like, oh, enjoy Nola. You're going to get him. And I was like, I don't want him. And then on yesterday morning, he texted me. He was like, oh, crap.
I got him.
I was like, karma's a bitch.
He got him. He got his guy. So you end up with Nola. Do you think okay, so he ends up, we got the free agent there, for the Japanese free agent there. Help me with the last name I'm looking at right
Yamamoto.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Yeah, we've had Cardinals, we've had Cubs, we've had Dodgers, we've had all this Yankees. They give a deadline to like January 4th to basically get a deal done or something like that. So it'll be interesting because of the machine that Ohtani's become. You know what I mean? Like you have this kind of set up for it a little bit. Like I feel like this guy's in better shape to get a bigger deal than Ohtani did, which was like $88 million. I have a feeling this guy's going to break that barrier with the deal. Do you guys feel like I don't think this is a Cardinals move by any chance. I don't think this is happening at all. But there's talk like the Phillies could get this done, the Giants, the Dodgers. Do you have a hunch where you think this guy might land?
I'll let Josh go first.
Go ahead.
Well, I'll say this much. The only way he's going to end up in St. Louis is if Newt Barr has really done that good of a job recruiting, and the fact that Newt Barr's mom is friends. Well, hold on, we'll get to Arenado.
Yeah, Newt Barr gets in the Cardinals Hall of Fame if they later.
Newt Barr's mom is apparently friends with Yamamoto's mom. So there's been reports. There are reports out there that there's been conversations and they're hanging out. The only way he's coming here is like on probably a 5 to 7 year deal, somewhere between 100 and 150 million.
Please not the.
Oh, I think he's going to end up with the Dodgers or the Mets or the Yankees or the Cubs.
The Phillies say they're right in the top running. Phillies right now.
So this is the thing for me. I don't think Yamamoto and Ohtani are going I don't think money is going to factor into anything in their decision. I mean, they're going to get the bag.
Do you think they would try to play on the same team together?
Yes.
I think they would. I think
if they could figure it out, they totally would.
That would be interesting. Stay with the Angels? No, I'm kidding.
I'm telling you, Newt has got a job at the front office right now where he's like, let's get Ohtani and Yamamoto. But it's not going to happen. But
Newt Barr, you shut your mouth and do the rule.
Oh, no. He'd be like, oh, I'm a salesman here. But
you are a little Newt Barr. You shut up. You know nothing. You go back to second base and say that.
He's got his own candy bar.
But
So do you think Josh, they are trying to play together?
I think it's a possibility. Do I think it's
But do you
realistic?
think they're trying to talk to each other, saying, "Let's see if we can land in the same spot"? That seems hard to do. It seems like they would maybe want their separate market, but
It seems
I think that's more true with Nootbaar and Yamamoto than Ohtani.
Yeah, I got you.
yeah, because Ohtani seems like if he goes to the Rangers, then the Rangers aren't going to go for Yamamoto.
He's not going to the Rangers.
You don't think so?
No, he's not going to. Even though Max Scherzer says, "Come on, we want to win," he's not going to the Rangers. He's going to go to the. I think he's going to end up on a West Coast team. I've said that all the way. I think he ends up. I said low key. I think he ends up in Seattle.
And
No.
I think that's a good possibility, to be honest.
I think he comes. I think Seattle comes in late and they make more of an offer than people are thinking right now. I still believe Seattle is going to be a little bit more up there than people think.
Because they're going to lose Logan Gilbert or one of their other young pitchers. I can't remember his name this offseason. Or there's no place for Logan Gilbert because of the other two young pitchers that are coming up. So they're going to need a replacement, and if they could go find other missing pieces, and they packaged Gilbert with like Woo, trade both of them off and go get something else they need, and then pull in Yamamoto.
What do you think of my Ohtani and Trout thing, Logan, to LA? You keep hearing rumors about that. And then I heard today about Burns and getting Willie Adames. I'm like, are the Dodgers just going to get everybody on earth? Like,
I don't see the Dodgers going after or getting Trout unless they are willing to pay all of his salary.
Why would you a Trout? That seems like I don't know. That seems like a.
Well,
I wouldn't want to play for the Dodgers after going to living in that area. I don't know. I'd rather go somewhere else.
The Angels, the Angels would never accept an offer to the Dodgers because then their fan base, that little bit of fan base that they have, is going to be gone forever. They're never going to forgive them for trading them to the Dodgers.
We'll give you Walker Buehler.
Yeah.
We'll give you one guy for two. No, I just can't ever see it. Yeah, to LA where they dominate, never going to happen. Yeah. I would see Trout wanting to go back to his hometown, if anything. You know what I mean? Like
Phillies,
Pittsburgh, something in that regard.
Yankees would be cool.
Yeah, make me
see him and Judge, but
how about my new
funny
team?
because they both be hurt all the time.
Pirates.
So let me ask you guys. So what does a trade look like? Because I've been saying since
it's going to be a lot
season.
For Trout, you're saying?
I'm saying no. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think the Angels are going to have to pay a big sum of their of his salary, like $50 million, maybe $60.
Man,
just to get rid of him. He's playing until he's 42. So
he's still got $250 million left.
Trout. Oh Jesus, yeah, Logan's probably right. Anywhere between 50 and 75 million is going to get paid off.
He's got a lot left. He's only going to a big boy team. He's not going anywhere else like that. I just think that's an interesting concept. Now I heard the Burns part too. Like Burns is they still have him under control. Him and Adames seem like a nice package to get if you were like I don't know, like if I was like a team like the Twins or the Guardians or something like that, I'd maybe make a run like that at a team like that. Maybe not the Guardians, a team in the middle like that. Like the Giants, I would make a run at somebody like that. That's a good combination of players you could get.
Yeah.
I mean, Burns and Adames starting shortstop, I'll take that any day over anything like that. So those are.
I'd say Seattle would want them, but I don't think Burns would work well in there. But
why wouldn't he work well there?
Just because, like Josh said, that they have a surplus of starting pitchers right now. They don't need they could use Burns, but.
I mean, if they wanted to get Burns, they would just package a couple of their other pitchers away.
Yeah.
Is all I'm getting at. But they need position players. They don't need pitching. I'm sorry. I'm not.
They may try to get rid of Ray.
Good.
Ray who?
Robbie Ray.
Yeah, Robbie. Josh, what do you think about Tim Anderson and the White Sox? And they got him there's possibility you hear about him, you hear about Roberts possibly going trade. I mean, those are two. Like the White Sox might be sellers. They got a lot of talent if they decide to sell.
Yeah,
it sounds like Anderson obviously is gone. The White Sox have already said that.
Right, and whoever gets him is going to get one of Logan's favorite players. I mean, he's a good ball player. He's got his own little swag. He's definitely a spark plug for a team. And depending on where he's at, that'll either be a big boost or it could be a very big hindrance, depending on which club he ends up with. But he's a really good ball player.
He had a bad year last year, kind of. Do you think that was more just the injuries and like situation?
Yeah, that's what I'm writing it off as because it's out of the norm from his career stats.
Terrible team.
He had the Field of Dreams walk-off. He lives in my memory forever.
When you play for a really bad team and you're the best player on that team, it's really easy to get, discouraged, and also the pitchers will never pitch to you. And
I don't think he was the best player on that team. But
him and Robert,
definitely one of the top 3.
He was. When he was on his game, he was. This year, he just totally the average. Just that was what he was kind of known for, right? Like hitting, and he just
he's a contact hitter.
And he wasn't as dynamic. Maybe the injuries took something away from it. Maybe the confidence and the swag that he had. It just kind of like it seemed like it got away. It'd be interesting what team he ends up on though. Like I was trying to think about that today, Logan. I was like, where does he end up though? And like, is it just like a lower market team, or is it like actually like a top like 15 team as we see it now?
Dodgers would be cool. Let's see. Miami might need the guy. Let's see.
With him and Chisholm Jr.
Yankees would be cool. I'm just thinking
does he work in New York though?
He doesn't play shortstop then. If he goes to those teams though.
Oh, he doesn't. He can play second baseman.
Okay, that's where he's going to go on those teams. Like,
yeah.
For sure. They have the
Volpe can. I think Volpe might be a natural second baseman. Am I right?
That's maybe him and they got McNeil, so he's probably not going anywhere there. Yeah, that would be an interesting fit. The Yankees. So you think he's going to go to a bigger market team? Then?
Oh yeah, I think that was last season was an outlier, and if you put him in a team where there's 4 other guys who can help carry the load, oh my gosh, he's gonna explode. Not MVP, but top 10.
I was thinking the Mariners, Josh. I know they got the guy. I forget his name, Rodriguez. I think not Rodriguez.
JP Crawford.
I feel like he regressed back to what he's going to be. I feel like he would give him a huge boost in the middle infield.
I've never thought of JP Crawford as much of a
he had that big first half. Remember where he had that big average? He had like 3.30 or something like that a couple of years ago. And I just think Anderson. I'm trying to think of the Mariners need to get over the top, man. They got to do something a little bit. My gosh.
It's like the Cardinals or something, but they're so much closer than the Cardinals.
Would Anderson go to the Cardinals? I mean, you guys feel good with your shortstop?
There's no place for him.
No.
I would want him, but no, there's no place for him.
Who's the shortstop right now?
Mason Wynn.
And he's got that job wrapped up.
2023 Rookie of the Year.
Edmonds still
24.
Second baseman.
Second baseman is Donovan. Or no, Gorman. Sorry. Yeah.
Gorman. Third base.
Arenado. Unless the Cardinals don't do anything, then they trade him away.
Well, there's actually talk that they're shopping him.
Do you guys think the Cardinals sign Josh? I said this you guys were in the group. I know you guys Lance the Pants today. Lance the Pants Lynn. You guys send him to a 1-year, 10-year deal. He'll throw 98% fastballs. So you know that's coming for your Cardinals this week. But how about Sonny Gray? How about Sonny Gray, Josh? I feel like you guys could get used to him. He feels like a Cardinal.
I mean, he'd be acceptable, but if that's all they did, if that's all Mozeliak did, I would be outraged.
What do you want him to do that's so much bigger?
I want him to go and I want him in the sweepstakes for Yamamoto. I want to know he was at least the other team that didn't get him. Not top 3 or top 5. I want, if worst case scenario, they need to be the other team that just couldn't get there.
So would you rather have Yamamoto over Sonny Gray then?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
All right.
Sonny Gray is what, 34 years old?
Yeah, he's
there's no way.
He's not something I want to invest in. If I can get him for like a 2-year deal.
God, am I that old?
At 15 a year, fine, cool, whatever.
Gone are the days. Yeah, 34 years old.
Like,
gone are the days of Sonny Gray from Oakland
beating the Rangers on the last day of the regular season to get him to the regular season or a wild card playoffs. I thought he's Glanslow. He's the other name.
Oh, Glanslow.
Cardinals.
Glasnow.
I always like to call him the other way, just because I always mess up names. Stay with me on this one. If you're a fat boy fadeaway person, you know what I'm talking about. If Glasnow. It's Glanslow on Fat Boy Fadeaway. Glanslow. He ends up on the. I just feel like I don't know where I feel like he could be a good starter, and I can see him getting hurt, and then he'd make an epic playoff run as a reliever. Like I don't know what to make of this guy, but like I just feel like his stuff is so nasty. And I don't know. I just don't even know where he lands. It feels like maybe like a Padres or Cardinals or
I want him.
Cardinals, Yankees. I mean, move to me, Cubs, something like that. Like I just don't see a lower team making a move for him. What do you think?
I want him.
Logan.
I've seen him I've been saying it for years. I want him.
His health,
the only
man.
thing that worries me actually is him pitching in past the fourth inning, because he's been pitching for the Rays and they don't go past the starters are openers and they don't go past a certain point. And so I'm like, is he so accustomed now that if you try to get him
He's
to
not going past 6 innings. You know that. If you get him, he's not.
Oh, no. I don't need him to. But, with the Rays, they were always like, oh, he can only pitch like 3 innings or something, or 4 innings. And that was it. And
I
don't
used to
know.
have this philosophy, Logan, and because in Little League Baseball, when I took over, like they had to they put pitch counts on kids. The first year it was like 18 years ago. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, kids they only pitch 85 pitches innings. I remember like having this kid that threw like gas. It was better than anybody else. And I was like, I should use him like 2 through 5, and maybe he gets to the 6. And I wonder if that's how I'm just saying, talk it out loud here. 25 years from now, you have guys instead of going the first 5, are they more accustomed to go 4 through 9? I don't know. Like I'm just kind of thinking through what the next, maybe the next move is, and the next chess piece move, and that's something I'm thinking about. Like if you have this guy that throws gas, why don't you want him for the end of the game 4 through 9? Like I don't know.
You would find a lot of starters who would hate that because they're going to end up getting a pay cut.
I'm just talking.
I'd imagine.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like you finish games, you get a win still.
Yeah.
I mean, you thought you're losing out of a win. Josh, is that stupid?
He's having an aneurysm right now.
I am. My brain's going. Hold on.
No, Logan is stupid.
I think I understand what he's saying.
Mama Edwards, we did not say Logan is stupid. We did not say that. We would never want to lose.
I've said it plenty of times. Trust me, it's just usually on the other show.
We did not want to lose Mama Edwards. We did not want to lose.
Supposed to thank you.
No, I don't know if anybody's got the guts to put it out there and try that. I mean, if somebody was going to do it, it would be the Rays, or it would be, I don't even know who else. Nobody else is that innovative. The Athletics, when Billy Beane was running the team. But
we'll get into that shit show.
Well, another thing is, thank you, Mom.
Oh my gosh, Mom.
I love your mom already. I'm starting to become a big fan.
I will say, though, that I think one thing that hinders it is you have relievers who throw like 106 miles an hour, and then to transfer or to move on to a starter who goes 96, that's a lot easier to go than, a guy who goes 96 to 106. So I mean, it's not easy, but it's a lot easier. I would say.
Can I ask you where this guy ends up? I want to keep it. I just got to keep it moving just a little bit here. Where does our guy Soto end up? Your boy Logan. I mean, I know it's a man crush. It's a sensitive. He's not going to your Cardinals. So where does he end up, Mr. Soto? He's not going to be on the Padres. He's gone. Don't you think?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think it's stupid for the Padres to trade him, but whatever. It's
don't they owe like $900 million in back taxes or something?
Yeah, they should trade Tatis, but whatever.
There's no way in California they can afford all those pieces. There's no way. There's no way that's happening. Where does he end up? I think he's gone. I think is it just simple as like he ends up on the Dodgers? I can't see that.
No, not the Dodgers.
The Yankees is the one team I think where he would absolutely rake, and I mean just be a perfect fit to me is Boston.
Yep.
That would be cool, but yeah, I mean, I think no. I think what would be sexy is him going to the Yankees and hitting 102 home runs because of that short porch and left or right field.
Give me a break.
But I will say a sneaky team,
Mets.
I believe, is going to be the Rangers.
Oh God, you and your Rangers.
No,
gonna say
not me and my
Mets.
Rangers.
The Mets. Are you a GM now? Just because you met George Bush that one time at the game, you feel like you're a hot shot.
Just because I slapped him across the head.
Just because you saw his hair, does that mean you know George Bush? All right, it does not make me.
Just because I bear hugged Michael Young and all these people, I'm famous now. I'm best friends with all these guys. But
how about the
Keep
Mets
going.
though? You think the Mets could end up there? I feel like
no, they're in a rebuild stage right now. It doesn't make sense for them to trade away prospects for 2 more years. 2025, yeah.
Would the Diamondbacks do something stupid like that?
They would be cool, but I don't see the Padres going in division.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
So, and I think the Diamondbacks would say that it would be stupid for them to trade for a guy that they would not be able to afford in 2 years.
Right.
Now, the only other team I could see doing something like that, like the two is like random teams, is the Tigers and the Blue Jays.
Tigers.
Sometimes they randomly get stars. They do. Like you wouldn't think of them, but they end up with them. So those would just be two franchises I kind of would throw out there as possibilities, not necessarily
Tigers.
Stupid
Tigers.
How do they end up with Cabrera? They end up with Prince Fielder. And they just kind of end up with these guys once in a while. So it happens. Juan Gonzalez signed there, for God's sakes, way back in the day. And then he's like, my gosh, I have to hit the ball 400 feet to left center to get a home run. And that was before the fences were brought in Detroit. Still, to me, the best rebuild stadium ever is like, screw all hitters. We're just going to accept it. And we're going to put a center field light pole right in the center field. I like that. Give me that all day. So I appreciate that for the Tigers any time of the week. I talked about your Dakota Hudson guy. They non-tendered him. Are you guys over Dakota Hudson?
I was over him 2 years ago, so yeah.
Yeah.
They have him as number 2 as the best guy to get that was non-tendered.
The rest of the pool sucks monkey balls.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, Tellez isn't that great. I feel like the Braves are offloading a lot of guys. It makes me nervous that they have something up their sleeve.
Well, ever since Acuna said that he wanted Juan Soto, they seem to be wanting to do it. They're wanting to get a pitcher, it seems like, also.
Josh, I'm just worried they trade for this guy Bummer, who has a terrible year but throws sinkers at an unreal rate. He's going to go to the Braves and have like a 0.85 ERA over like 70 innings.
Yeah, totally could happen. That would just be our luck. The Braves would get somebody else that turns into a gym. What?
Never.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, it's amazing to me. I was thinking about this today. Oddly enough, I was thinking, the Braves are the best team. They came off a World Series 2 years ago. They have the best team in MLB. They just had one player win the MVP. They just had another player get in the top 5, and they won 106 or something last year. And it's not even 2 weeks or 3 weeks into the free agency, and they've already traded for two. They traded two for 2 bullpen pieces and signed one other bullpen player. And it's like, they actively try to get better. And this is why I'm a Braves fan from now on.
The Braves are in a window right now, Logan. They are doing what you're supposed to do when you have a window. They have a 5-year window right now where they can win 5 consecutive championships.
Hey Josh, I heard they have 10 spots available right now on their 40-man roster.
Mm-hmm.
So like they set it up where like, hey, I'm 36. I'll sign with you to pinch hit. Like, you know what I mean? They set it up where like they're going to be getting a lot of guys like that are going to probably be coming to their team in that sense. So the Braves will be loaded again next year, as always, like they usually are. Did you guys see by chance the Hall of Fame ballot?
I did.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it up on the screen just for people that are watching on YouTube too here, so they can check it out here on the screen as well. You get 10 votes. Got Abreu, Jose Bautista, Beltran, Beltre, Burley, Colon, Gonzalez, Helton, Holiday, Torrey Hunter, Andrew Jones, Martinez, Maurer, Pettit, Phillips, Ramirez, Reyes. Alex Rodriguez, Francisco Rodriguez, Rollins, Sheffield, Shields, Utley, Vizquel, Wagner, Wright. Is there any there that stand out to you as first-time Hall of Famers? I mean, off the top of my head, there really isn't one that jumps out as like a one-time Hall of Famer other than Manny Ramirez and Alex Rodriguez, but we obviously know the deal with them already. Logan, me and you kind of texted about it a little bit earlier today. What do you think about the Hall of Fame ballot? Would you vote for 10 every time?
No. I would vote. I mean, right now, I was like, oh, David Wright, he's a for sure Hall of Famer, and I'm like, is he though? And then, I mean, he was Mr. Met for the longest time, but he was like nothing that great. The only person I can think of is Adrian Beltre, and he wasn't the greatest either. So, I mean, and Matt Holliday, yeah, I want Matt Holliday, but
it should be Manny Ramirez. I mean, Gary Sheffield to me is the one.
Yeah.
It's his last final year he's the one best player out of all those guys right there, outside of Alex Rodriguez and Manny Ramirez. He's the next best hitter on that list.
Doesn't he have 199 home runs?
Gary Sheffield, he has way more than that. He's got way closer to 500. He was a beast. The other guy to me that should be maybe automatic is Todd Helton, Josh.
Yep.
I feel like I don't know why he keeps getting overlooked. I just feel like I don't know, like the Colorado thing just does this guy in. Like
exactly what it is. It's the Colorado effect.
He's a Hall of Famer. And Beltre will get in, I know, because of the home runs and the overall stats and his defense. But there's no way you can't tell me Helton was just as good as Beltre.
Yeah, I forget about Helton.
He just was. I mean, he was.
Yeah.
Bobby Abreu was a stud as well. Batista's not a Hall of Famer. Beltran's not a Hall of Famer. Burley's not a Hall of Famer. Gonzalez isn't one. Holiday was good, but he's not a Hall of Famer. We can agree on that.
Joe Mauer.
He's a tough one for me.
He's kind of in that middle ground with me too. Is like David Wright and Jimmy Rollins. It's like
I think I would vote him in though.
I would say like he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
No,
That's probably for me. That like these guys are not first ballot Hall of Famers. I kind of like Andy Pettit, but he's in the same boat as Manny and A-Rod.
I would.
Okay, hold on. Andrew Jones. You guys both skipped over Andrew Jones.
No, he's in. He's in. Okay, Josh Lewis had today when I saw him on Twitter, he had Torrey Hunter in and not Andrew Jones. Or maybe he did have Andrew. Maybe he did have Jones, and I won't misspeak for him. But I told him Hunter would not be on for me, but Andrew Jones would definitely be on for me.
That's a little bit of bias on Lewis's part.
Why? Because of the Angels?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like Torrey Hunter was his favorite player for the longest time, I think, right?
I remember more on the Twins than the Angels.
Yeah, I remember more on the Twins.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he was an Angel.
I remember when he
2010 and 11.
Hot say got the inside the park. Yes. That was a good moment for us as an A's fan there. Few and far between. Yeah, Josh, would you rather have Torrey Hunter or Andrew Jones?
Oh, I'd take Jones.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not saying Hunter's not deserving, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick Jones.
Do you think Hunter's a Hall of Famer? He doesn't feel like a Hall of Famer to me.
I'd have to revisit his career stats because, let's be honest, I don't think of him as an Angel at all. I only think of him as a Twin.
So
I need to go check everything.
I put Hunter into Google and I got Hunter Biden. I didn't want Hunter Biden, people. I want Torrey Hunter for God's sake.
Well, I mean, he's the biggest Hunter in the world right now.
This is a baseball show. You already talked about a.
I didn't say anything wrong. All I said is he's like the most popular Hunter in the world right now.
Oh my gosh!
5-time All-Star, 9-time Gold Glove, 2-time Silver Slugger. That's where he's at with that. So to me, that's not. I don't know. I said Omar Vizquel shouldn't be on there either. Josh Edwards thought him, Josh Lewis thought him as well too.
You want me to tell you his 10, or do you care?
I don't know about what's 10.
Shoot.
His 10 votes. Todd Helton, Billy Wagner, Andrew Jones, Alex Rodriguez, Manny, Omar Vizquel, whatever. Andy Pettit, Adrian Beltre, Joe Mauer, and Francisco Rodriguez. See, I wouldn't vote for all 10 of these guys.
No.
But
I told them I would use most of my votes most years. I wouldn't be this person that votes for 2 people. That's BS. That's terrible. I just don't. I mean, unless we're having like Frank Menachino on the list or guys like that, we're not putting guys like that in the Hall of Fame or But I'm telling you, like, some of these are pretty – to me, they're obvious. Alex Rodriguez is a Hall of Famer. Bing. Off the list right away. He's there. Manny Ramirez should be on the list. He wouldn't be on there anymore. Billy Wagner takes a lot of heat as well. That, to me, I've always said no to him.
Really?
I've always said no to Billy because I remember, like, he was like one of the prime closers in my baseball life. Like, just like from like 10 to 22, he was right there. And he was a beast, but he had a couple bad outings in the playoffs, that one against the Braves in particular. So maybe that sticks with me a little heavy. But I know his save numbers equal it. But, like, I would rather have Francisco Rodriguez in a clutch situation over Billy Wagner.
True. Okay, so did I hear you correctly? You said Alex Rodriguez is in your head?
Be.
Oh my gosh, Darren!
See,
I mean,
Darren's
he's not in for personality debates, but he's in for, like.
Weren't you and I on the same panel last year when we said that A-Rod was not supposed to be in the Hall of Fame?
I vote for anybody that's a stud that did steroids. It should be it. Like, they should be.
Fine.
That must have been.
Okay, so hold on. We have to qualify this.
The guy that tried to tear me down.
Hold on, Darren. Just qualify it. So McGuire, yes or no?
Oh,
McGuire?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sosa?
Yes.
Bonds?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Canseco?
No.
Clemens?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
He's consistent.
So is Carlos Beltran? If Carlos Beltran doesn't get,
he's not in. He's not a Hall of Famer. He's not good enough.
You don't think? Okay.
No. Carlos Beltran wasn't good enough?
No, they got to be
the way they rate it now?
No.
Come on, it's easier to get in the Hall of Fame now than it's ever been before.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I mean, Barry Bonds is it. I mean, my God. We don't even have the best players in baseball in. We have other guys in.
It's because of a controversial era.
Jose Reyes, I loved Jose Reyes. He's not getting in. He's on the ballot. David Wright, I love him. He shouldn't get in.
No.
But the problem is this. Who got in? Scotty Too Hotty got in last year. He's going to get in because of that. So that's part of the reason. Scott Rowland's not a Hall of Famer, and he got in the Hall of Fame last year. We debated this last year. I know that.
I will fight you to the
death.
Hold on. It's not just – hold on. The Hall of Fame is not just based solely on statistics. It's the effect you had on the game as well.
Yeah, what effect
that gets taken into consideration? Dude, he was one of the defining – he was one of the players that defined the way third base is played now compared to how it was.
I've never thought of Scott Rowland as defining third base. I've never thought of that. Maybe it's because you're a St. Louis guy and you saw it, but I never thought of Scott Rowland. I thought of him as a Philly. I don't even think of him as a Cardinal. I think of him as a Philly half the time, and then I think of him as a Red at the end of his career. Like, he was a hell of a defender, but like the way he went out in Philly, he should not. I don't know. Like, to me, when you allow those guys in the Hall of Fame, you're opening it up for like Adrian Beltre's an automatic one.
Yeah, I mean, Adrian Beltre, you only think of him with the Rangers, and I mean, he was really good with the Rangers and the Dodgers.
He was terrible with Seattle when he signed that big contract. Yeah. That was the weird. He had two careers. He like went up with the Dodgers, way down with Seattle, then he just went way back up with the Rangers again. No, I hear you. I think I don't know. Like, it's always a fun debate though. The Todd Hill one's always fun to me with Colorado. Like, who will be? I mean, Larry Walker got in. Like, is it just because he played for the Expos at the beginning? I don't know what happened with him. I don't know. Like, what gets him in? He didn't play for Colorado.
Larry Walker got a weird petition. Not like he didn't start it, but like there was a lot of fans who were like, Larry Walker is like the best player not in the Hall of Fame right now. That doesn't have any like controversial stuff. And like this is a big thing. Like a couple of years ago, I remember. And people were like, we need to get Larry Walker in. And
I remember Harold Baines got ripped on. Hey, can I show you guys this play? It's
Harold
one of my favorite plays of all time. Jose Guillen. You might have seen the play before, but I'm going to show it. I'm going to share it here with it one more time. It's one of my favorite ones of all time. It to me, it's still the greatest throw of all time. Happened today, or happened this year. Not today. Happened this year. Was it 25 years ago? So here we go. Neffy Perez with the bomb.
And high and deep to right. Back goes Guillen, still going back at the wall. It's off his glove. There goes Nafy around second.
Oh, wow.
Look at that throw from right. Wow.
Jesus.
What a throw from Guillen. From the warning track in the air to third base.
Still the greatest throw I have ever seen ever. Like honestly, like that throw is the best throw I've ever. So I saw that on Twitter. I was like, I got to bring this up on 7th inning stretch. Have you guys both seen that throw probably before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always
It's been a
forget
long
about
time.
it, but I always forget it's Guillen,
He played for
Yeah,
the A's
that's
one
the
random
problem.
year.
the suckiest player and manager
traded.
ever.
Okay, so I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where does Trevor Bauer end up?
Wherever
And what are the terms?
Yamamoto signs. St. Louis. No,
I wouldn't mind.
I would
having him.
take that. Dude, he's been cleared. Sign him.
I haven't heard much on him.
Yeah, I know his agents are trying to get him to go.
Dude, he released the whole chain of.
I saw all that.
Go
I
look it
saw
up.
that. I
Yeah.
honestly, I think he ends up on a market. Let me just ask you this. I wouldn't be surprised he ended up on the A's.
Really? Really?
I'm serious. I don't think it's I don't even care. Like I told you, we're still mourning. So we're pirates for right now. So we're still mourning at the moment. But I honestly think because will a big team take a chance on him, Josh? I don't think they'll want the media.
No.
I don't think it's going to be much of a story, man.
Okay, so you think anybody?
yeah.
Well, then why haven't we heard much about it then?
I think as soon so here's what's going to happen. Well, no matter where he goes, it's going to be a story because he's coming back to the MLB. The one story is going to come out about what he was accused of, and then immediately following that, it's going to get blasted. The exact story to pick apart the accusation, which is why he is in the free and clear now, and he didn't have to pay anything. She had to pay suit. I mean, he's in the clear. So that's going to come out, and that's going to go, okay, he was accused. He was wrongfully accused. Let's move on.
He's going to have to go to a smaller market team, though.
Do you think the Rangers or Astros would sign him?
I was thinking the Astros, only because they could play into that bad guy mentality and just be like, we don't care.
That's who I was kind of.
At Yankees, I think if King George was still running the place, oh, yeah, he would have signed him yesterday. I think Detroit would be good. Now the Marlins won't spend money.
Nationals?
Nationals, I don't see why they would spend money. I think Detroit would be one. Maybe the Royals, the White Sox.
Where's he from?
I don't know, but maybe Cleveland. Maybe Cleveland again would buy it.
Now that Francona's gone.
Yeah, but I think.
Still one of my favorite videos of throwing the ball over center field is Francona.
But the thing is like these lower level teams are not paying him like. They're not expecting for him to fill out his contract. They're going to expect him to pitch really well in the first half, and then they can trade him away because then he'll be too good to that no one will care.
Sign a 1-year deal here? I don't think he'd sign a 1-year deal.
Maybe
I think he's going to have to.
You think it'll be 1 year then, Josh?
I think it'll be 1 year with an option.
Yeah. But did he pitch for Kansas City at some point? I don't think he did pitch for Kansas City. I was thinking maybe he could go.
It was Arizona. It was Arizona, and yeah.
Hey, as we're kind of getting close to the end of the show here, we kind of talked a lot about free agents here. We had Washington go to the Angels for a manager. We had Melvin go to the Giants. Had a few other managerial changes. Astros, they got Baker out. They got a new coach. Is there any? Do you guys feel any one way about Washington or Melvin going to the Giants? Is you feel like I don't know. I'm just trying to I'm trying to wrap my head around does Washington change the Angels if they kept Trout? Does Melvin change the Giants? I don't know. I mean, with Bochy winning it all at the Rangers, it makes me rethink that these older guys. It's kind of funny they're getting these chances again, right? These not necessarily analytics guys. So I don't know.
To me, it's stupid that Ron Washington would go to the Angels. I think the Brewers would have been perfect for him, actually, because at least he has a little bit of a chance.
West Coast, he has Trout.
Yeah, but he may not have Trout, actually.
There is that point, too.
And so he's royally screwed if Trout and Ohtani are gone. He's not going to be able to build anything up. And so it's stupid to me that he would even try to do that. But it's whatever. Melvin, it's fine. It's whatever. Doesn't matter if he doesn't have a team. And they're going to need to build up too. So Craig Counsell to the Cubs. Okay, so and this is the part of the manager. This is a part of the manager's thing. But why is at the beginning of the offseason, everyone was talking about how Counsell was moving on from the Brewers, and then he signs with the Cubs, and then the Brewers act like they just like he had hurt them. Like, were they not planning on moving on from him?
It seemed like they were the whole time. So that didn't make any sense to me at all. Like they weren't moving on to him. I thought Counsell was going to sign with the Mets, not the Cubs.
Yeah,
that was the thing I kept hearing from my guy CP out there in New York that joins us once in a while on the show. That's who I thought they were going to join. You guys hung on to your manager out there, Josh. You feel any way about any of those manager hires?
I'm surprised Mike Schilt hasn't gotten hired yet, unless he got hired and I haven't heard about it.
No.
I'm surprised Ollie Marmol still has a job, even though Mo said he was going to finish out his contract.
Save that for Wednesday night, but no,
sorry. No, I mean nothing outlandish has happened really. I'm still waiting to see where everybody else falls and what other vacancies are filled.
I gotta say, as I kind of move on to one, I know the A's we've talked about many times as Vegas has become official. It's an interesting proposition as I've come to the realization that they're moving out of Oakland. I won't be able to take my kids to the game outside this last year. It is interesting from a franchise standpoint. If you're a player on that team and you really don't have a home for kind of the next 4 years. So let's say you're like a rookie this year. You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird deal that you're going to be going through as a player. So, and I'm telling you, I just don't. I see this team being more like Pittsburgh, even when they get to Vegas. Like they might have a season or two, but until the owner changes, you can't tell me that they're just going to hold on to guys the whole time. So, and that's what Pittsburgh did. They built a new stadium, and they really kind of do the same thing over and over again. They always build up a few guys, and they end up having to rebuild every year. So I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with that. But out here in Oakland, out here in the Bay Area, obviously, it's funny going through all my Oakland A's stuff though. I was cleaning out some of my closet stuff, and it is stuff that people will never get before. So there is kind of that cool part, Josh. You know what I mean? Like I have some memorabilia that will say Oakland A's that really nobody will ever have.
Hey, I'm in the same boat, man. I got so much St. Louis Rams stuff that I don't even touch anymore because it's not relevant. It doesn't work. So I feel for you, man. It hurts to lose a team.
I got this on my screen right here. 1999, went to the game. A's bat day, believe it or not, at Oakland. They gave out real wooden bats. Yes, that is right. An NL Central legend, John Jaha, bat day for the Oakland A's. He ended up getting the bat day there. So stuff like that you just kind of remember, and there'll be good memories that will be gone as we move on. But to me, it's kind of a bittersweet day out here in the Bay Area with that happening there.
So what are you going to do now? Are you going to pick another team, or are you going to keep rooting for?
Honestly, I'm a little frustrated. It's like I kind of like I said, like I think the Pirates probably will be my team now is a little bit more just because they kind of have that like terrible franchise mantra, and I can't just pick like a good team. I have to kind of, you know what I mean? It just doesn't feel.
You've come to the good side though.
I've got at least the Pirates, a little bit. I'll probably, of course, as you know, at least have a little heart for the A's, but it will definitely take some time a little bit.
Go from one sucky team to the other.
I don't like. I like the A's, and now I like the Braves. It's like that's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to happen. Never. Like
you can flip to the Diamondbacks. At least they're up and coming.
I like Corbin Carroll. I like him. I watch all the games still, but the Pirates I told you that way back. I always collected their hats. They're always the team. That's always a team I've always been fascinated with their uniforms. Doug Dre back in the day used to throw a lot of one hitters. I was always fascinated with the Pirates a little bit. So
Now you can justify being a Barry Bonds fan.
There you go. I have one of my favorite items ever. They used to make these things called starting lineups. I don't know if you guys ever used to collect those. You might have been too old at that point, but they used to have these ones. And this one I got it's like in a box still. I haven't opened it. I got it in 1992 it was. It has like all these starting lineups, and it's the Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, MVP. So my favorite part is its MVPs are Barry Bonds in a Pirates uniform and Ricky Henderson in an A's uniform. And then they got this other one of Doug Drabeck, who won the Cy Young for the Pirates. But instead of like pitching, he's in like his little warm-up jacket, just with his hands in his pocket. I'm like, it's pretty sick. Like he's in this little Pirates warm-up jacket. Sandy Alomar, believe it or not, David Justice for Rookie of the Years in that thing too. So kind of one of those cool pieces I got.
Where's your Eric Chavez signed ball?
I don't have an Eric Chavez one, but I have Eric Chavez.
Gosh.
He's right here on my wall, though. Right here, the ticket. Right up here, he's got the ticket. Oakland A's ticket. I got him on the wall. He's got the gold glove thing right there. So we'll get into that more. Fat Boy Fadeaway starting up this Monday. We've had a 2 months hiatus. I needed a big breather with all the baseball, football crap we had going on here, Josh, on Variety Sports Network. So we'll be starting that back on Monday. And then, Josh, we got to get – I didn't get to rip on you properly for your hockey team. You lost to the Sharks. It's pathetic.
Oh,
Pathetic.
it was ugly, too.
Pathetic.
It wasn't
Josh.
like a bad beat. It was ugly.
What team is that?
St. Louis Who's? St. Louis Who's?
I don't know.
They had the
I don't know
Blues.
that
Man,
team.
They gave up.
I used to love that about your
goals in 2
podcast,
games.
Josh. You would cut Logan off talking hockey, and Logan would be like, "Oh, Josh, hockey."
Well, yeah, I get happy. I get excited about hockey season. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's been a rough one so far this year too. Not as bad as yours.
No, mine is pathetic. Are you going to any games here coming up, or no? Too many games.
He can't afford it.
I can't afford it. Man.
Even in Missouri, I thought everything was cheap out there. I thought you guys go for it.
I mean, everything but the Blues and Cardinals is cheap.
There you go. Like we talked about, this is kind of the best part to me, or not the best part, but it is one of the more intriguing parts of baseball, is the off season. It really is. Like, Logan, you kind of text me right after, like, we did the last one. I was like, yeah, I'm with you. Like, the off season is kind of like, it's where it kind of gets good. Yeah, it kind of gets good. You get that Christmas, you get that early December winter meeting. You get these fun, like, kind of like signings that you're not expecting even. So I'm assuming we'll probably do a podcast here in a couple weeks after that as well. But it was fun joining you guys again this week on 7th Inning Stretch, and a lot to get into still, Mr. Logan Stone. A lot to happen still there as you sip your cup like Simon Cowell.
We're gonna need to do an episode in the next couple weeks about our mock GM trades.
Oh yeah,
yes.
And our mock GM signings.
We got to do a few of those. Do you have any off the top of your head?
Oh, I had one that was really good. Then I thought, oh, that would be awesome.
Josh, you help out a little?
No, go ahead.
I mean, off the top of my head, it's just John Mozeliak going out there and giving Yamamoto a deal he can't turn down.
You and Dan.
Go get me a star pitcher.
I don't know if you can see what Logan's doing on video, but well done, Logan. That was well done right there at the end there with it. That was good stuff right there as we approach the hour mark out here on the 7th Inning Stretch. Josh, I think with that, we probably reached the 9th inning here at this point over there. That was fun, guys, doing it. Josh, Logan, have a good Thanksgiving, guys. Appreciate you.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving, buddy.
Yeah.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, bye, Felicia.
Logan, don't run.
Okay.
Logan, for Logan Stone, joining us where with drooling out of his soda. Josh Edwards, back with you guys Wednesday for Birds and Bush. Looking forward to checking you guys out. I'll be commenting from my wife's YouTube, so don't be surprised when you see that come up on your comment section there. Boys, baseball season never ends. There's a lot to get into. We still got a lot to get into in here in a couple weeks. So for Logan Stone, for, of course, the main man here, Josh Edwards, I'm Darren Breyer. We'll see you guys next week on 7th Inning Stretch. Peace.
See you.